Well, me and Tuck were down at the river here. I happened to notice I've got a hole in my shop wall. Oh no. I'm sure you guys know what happened. I have yet to check out the carnage. I actually... Oh, hey kitty, you are in here. Hey, you gonna come check out this collapsed exhaust fan with me? I actually redid that thing a couple years ago now, I think. I put new screws in it, bigger screws, and actually put screws around all the holes. I can't remember. I think, yeah, well obviously in the last video I made of it, it probably wasn't too long before that when I reattached it up there a little better. But I noticed this year it's been falling out again, and classic me, just procrastinated it hard until the fan is laying on the floor. You know, I was honestly hoping that wire kind of would have held it up there and caught it if it were to fall, but that obviously did not happen. Looks like she slammed into the vacuum here. Okay, is anything broken? That's what we're doing right now, is checking what's broken. She seems good. Oh, dang. Look what it did to my canister for the vacuum here. That was perfectly round. Looks like she slammed right down onto it right there. Oh no. That's never going to seal again. I can't believe it didn't wreck this, man. What must have happened is the fan fell right here. Oh yeah, look at that. Big chip right into the friggin' arborite. Oh man. I'm sorry, I don't mean to sound whiny here. This is my own fault. This is nobody else's but me. I see one of the louvers is bent up. That's nothing a person can't fix. In all honesty, I was kind of thinking I'd probably put different louvers on this thing someday. Somebody who commented on the video of this fan was saying something about you can put some attached louvers on where they're like, it's all linked together like that old Alpha exhaust fan I got. And that really helps eliminate those flaps just from constantly making noise. Anyways, okay, what did we do to it? You know what's ironic too? Well, I noticed it was starting to fall out again a few days ago. And then I was thinking, you know what, maybe I should just remove that fan altogether and throw the Alpha up there with a better frame and stuff so it doesn't friggin' fall out every few years. And just see what it's like to use that. But I put it off and here we are. I don't know what that's all about. That's too bad. These were mint. You know, these louvers, they get bent up a little bit and now they never close right. They don't close perfectly flush anymore. Of course we can fix that. It'll never be quite what it used to be. And this is bent. And like, these are pretty, I guess that's fairly light. That would be pretty easy to put back. Well, I haven't seen her down for a while. I don't think I took it down when I kind of reattached it up there a few years ago. I just pushed it back in the wall and put some different screws. So this is the first time seeing it in, oh frick, years. I can't even remember when I put this thing up there. Oh yeah, look at that ground, eh? I didn't even notice that when it was up there. I guess I ran out of Moretz. What I was really worried about was the motor slammed into the table. But it looks like what took the brunt of the force was the housing. Are the blades all still in balance? You can see one's a little bent back. I don't know if that would have been from the fall. Might have always been like that. I can't remember. I guess let's look for any evidence of the blades hitting anything. I don't think so. So I'm trying to picture what went down here. I don't think this got bent. That is super fortunate. If this would have got bent, that would have been really tough to get straight again. Although I guess you could also argue the fact that that's going to be inside the wall cavity or whatever and you wouldn't see it. whereas this part's visible, but that's pretty easy to fix. Okay, so that's the bottom. There's our sticker. I'm just tripping out at what this is. Huh. That's weird. Some of these grill things, you can see this is, ooh, it's all dusty. Ugh. Okay. So the grill is detached there, and that just happened, as you can see, because it's like clean right under it. You can see the ring has moved up over here, as you can see by the evidence. And it's still connected over here. It looks like the outside ring has survived. And the very outer ring has also survived. Okay, that's good. That's a bummer, man. And so what would have happened? The motor must have... Oh, look at, man, the thing's just coated in oil. Back in the day, when I was lubing the bearings up, because they were really tight when I got this fan, I took the bearing covers off and just hosed them with oil. Thus why the bearings are, well, partly why the bearings are so noisy. There, now we got a little bit of light here. Oh yeah, okay, our motor is shifted, as you can see. So I think what happened here, the fan's housing, as we can see by our green paint, hit the pail, and then the motor must have kind of slammed down right here or something. I think I do see some very light traces of black paint there, so camera, I don't think the camera's picking up a little bit there. You see how there's a black kind of a stripe at the middle of that impact? So that's what happened. You know what? It could have been a lot worse. But still, man. I messed up a Mint exhaust fan because I didn't friggin' climb up there and go tighten it back up or take it down, anything. Oh, looks like we got some... You can see this grill attachment here onto the housing. You can see where that's shifted over. You can see how this one shifted down. Are any more showing signs of shifting? Doesn't look like it. So by the looks of it, our motor on the end here got slammed down. We're very lucky it didn't wreck the motor. It still spins perfectly freely, so the bearings are still in plane. But our motor got slammed down a bit here, and the grill just had to compensate for it. So that's what happened right here. Right here was the impact area. So you can see that's pushed down, and that's pushed down to the side. So I guess I just have to kind of maybe loosen that stuff, kind of bend it up a little bit and tighten it back up, straighten this out. Of course, now the grill, the inner ring are kind of not attached right there anymore. But I was thinking of trying to figure out, I can't remember what they call this, but basically you would hook your positive up on here and your negative onto one of these parts and just hit it with power, and it sends like a whole crap load of amperage and stuff through, and essentially welds these two pieces together. I don't know, electro welding? Obviously it's probably not called that. If you know what I mean, then you know what I'm talking about. I need to figure out how to do that. I got a whole whack load of microwave transformers, so I could probably actually make my own electro welder deal. That's what you need for these grills, because trying to actually weld them with a welder is really tough. Although if you had a MIG welder and you knew what you're doing, you could probably do a pretty good job. But you always have a blob of weld there when you're done. Whereas the electro welding, it just melts and connects it right where it meets up, and you're left with a very clean attachment. So that's the story on me being an absolute idiot and not doing something about my exhaust fan that was falling out the wall. Oh well, I guess it saved me a step from having to take the fan down. And in all honesty, honesty, I'm pretty blessed. It could have been a lot worse. It could have been completely mangled. A person could slap the thing right back up there and you'd never know the difference. So I'm thankful. It's okay. It got a little bruised up, but she is still very much an exhaust fan. With just a little bit of repair, she'll be mint again. Won't happen soon though. Maybe someday when I actually have a place for it again. Because as I said, I'm going to be putting that Alpha exhaust fan up here now and building an actual box for it. So I'm thankful